Hey guys, Ben, America's Baseball Camp, just going through the swings of video analysis work from the Arizona Spring Break Camp, and thanks for coming to camp. We wish you the best this season, and let's go ahead and get started here. So a couple things in regards to things that I see. One is you really look the part. I think stance is great. The mechanics are good. I know this is probably short toss or flips type of thing, but I want you to get a lot more aggressive, and maybe you do that during the game. But I really want to engage and be very explosive. You're very athletic, great mechanics, and we're not going to be changing a lot, just a few tweaks here and there, but everything looks pretty good. In regards to our start, I really like your start in regards to your approach. Your knees are inside of your feet are perfect, your hands are in a good launch position, the barrel is in a good slot, eyes are on the baseball, you have really good posture. Everything looks picture perfect right here going into your swing. So I did notice that we didn't get early to hit, we didn't get ready to hit. Make sure that front foot gets down, make sure we're ready to hit, but really get after this thing and be really, really aggressive. We were kind of tentative through these swings, and we missed a few, but I think that's just short toss and the flips. But be really aggressive when you have a chance to do this. So now we're going to go into kind of what's called our launch foot, our launch position, our land foot. So when you get yourself ready to go for your swing, the biggest thing that I see is we need to get stronger. So we start kind of in this area, and you notice that we'll take our stride, and the weird part is we'll actually start with our stride. You'll end up hitting with your stride closer than what you started. Usually, typically with strides, is you start with your feet where you're at, and you take a little bit of longer stride. You transfer some weight back. You stride out, take a little half a step or whatnot, and then you hit with your stride a little farther than your stance. You're actually, when I draw a line, you'll see here that I'm going to go inseam to inseam on your foot. And when you go into land foot, you're actually going to be closer back together with their feet. See that? It's very important to get yourself with those legs apart. So what I want to do is have you actually physically take a step. But the other thing is, you'll see as that front foot begins to open. So when you stride, you can see that front foot already begin to open up on you. And we don't want that. So it's very important at this point of our swing to make sure we stride and land close. You kind of do it right here. You stay good right there with your heel off the ground, but then as you go to turn, you can see it already really opens up. And that doesn't give us a lot of leverage to go into when I'm swinging. So at this point of your swing, you can see your heels are facing the guys on deck. And what I want to do right now is your heel should be facing the dugout over here. So really turn that thing, physically take that step. Right now you just kind of put it up and put it back down, but you're opening up, so your stride is actually shorter than the start of your swing, because as you get down, you can see how close your knees are together. And the biggest thing is we got to make sure that this foot needs to stride out a little bit more. You just don't want your knees to be that close together when I'm hitting. You can see we need some good space in there. If you watch pro hitters or guys in the big leagues, they have some space in between those knees, and that's going to create some power, because that's going to get you back, it's going to make you late, and some different things. So really make sure that that front foot gets down early, that stride is turned, that foot stays nice and closed, and physically take that stride. Don't end up closer. You can see right here, your feet to feet is closer than what your stride, than what your start is, right? So you actually go in a half a foot from your stride to your land foot, or from your stance to your land foot, when it should be the opposite. You should start with your shoulders just outside of your feet outside your shoulders, and then you can actually should get a little bit longer when you stride, but you actually get shorter. And that's really important in regards to I'm hitting, because you can see at contact we don't have a lot behind the ball because our knees are too close together. That loses our power. Also, too, a little bit of an angle. I think you finish back just a hair. You can see this angle is a little bit sideways. Make sure this needs to be really tall. Follow that pinstripe up all the way up. And you see I want that head to be a little bit more forward. What that's going to do is it's going to help you work a downward angle. as I go through the swing, you can see that barrel right here is at even plane, and that's going to go nothing but below that from that point on. You can see it drops below. At this point of our swing, I want that barrel to stay high. And basically what it's going to do is it's going to come down and through and drive that baseball working downhill. Right now, when you make contact, you're obviously working uphill. So your path is going to go through the ball that way, where we want it to be this way through the baseball, working downhill to really drive that ball. So I think if you take this front foot and take a little bit bigger stride with your foot closed, I think if you get a little bit taller with your posture in here and then get your barrel up working downhill, it's going to make a big difference. And also getting a lot more aggressive on your swing, getting through the baseball, being really, really aggressive through your baseball. You're very athletic, a very good athlete, but be aggressive through that thing. You have good mechanics, so let it fly. Get that front foot down early. Keep it closed. Stay tall with your posture. Work downhill. And those are just a few things in regards to that I see to work on. So the things that you do to work on those is you're going to have it to where you take a lot of pitches to make sure you get good space in between your knees. I would also take a tee, do the high tee drill. So if I put a tee right here, or a bucket, turn the bucket over and put a tee up high so your hands have to get up above that and work downhill. We got to just keep you to working downhill to drive the baseball. And that take was pretty good in regards to on that take. So let's go back to one of our first swings here. You'll see on this first swing, I think we missed the ball, but you can see how close we were late and how close our knees are together and how open our front side is. And also on our posture, you can see that this angle kind of goes here when we want it to be straight up and down to go right here. So those are some biggies to work on. So you can work on a tee drill, work on soft toss, making sure you finish with good space in between your knees. And those are things to work on that's really going to help you to the next level. So watch this over and over again. We wish you the best this season and hope to see you back real soon.